The dire wolf is back after 10,000 years of extinction, as Colossal Biosciences, a Texas-based biotech company co-founded by Ben Lamm and Harvard scientist George Church, has genetically revived 3 living wolf pups resembling the ancient Aenocyon dirus. All of them, Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi, were delivered by surrogate dogs. While Romulus and Remus were born in October 2024, Khaleesi was born in January 2025. They now live under observation in an 2,000-acre reserve at an undisclosed location. Colossal Biosciences' efforts in reverse extinction came through by blending ancient DNA retrieved from the remains of the animal's extinct ancestors with modern genetics. This has triggered wide-ranging debates and discussions worldwide, with even SpaceX founder Elon Musk joining in to request a genetically engineered miniature woolly mammoth as a pet. So, how did Colossal Biosciences script history by producing the world's first genetically revived dire wolves? Well, the company first made a short list of animals that they wanted to revive. A team of computational biologists, cellular engineers, genetic engineers, and embryologists worked on the revival to make it a success story. Colossal scientists examined ancient DNA from fossils to know about specific traits possessed by dire wolves. Researchers studied a 13,000-year-old dire wolf tooth unearthed in Ohio and a 72,000-year-old skull fragment found in Idaho, both part of Natural History Museum collections. Though the genetic engineering might not produce an exact copy of an extinct animal, it is possible to produce an animal sharing a close resemblance to its ancestor. This scientific achievement has not only sparked frenzy among the public, but also instilled hope among scientists and academicians worldwide to experiment with reverse extinction of species. So, what was the de-extinction process like? What does Colossal team say?
So de-extinction to us is recreating these phenotypes. So a gray wolf is the closest living relative of a dire wolf. They're genetically really similar, 99.5% similar. And phenotypically, their morphology is also similar, only dire wolves are larger, more muscular, and have these light-colored coats and other things that we can see from the fossils. And so we targeted DNA sequence variants that we believe lead to those traits. And then we edited gray wolf cells to contain those dire wolf DNA variants. And then we cloned those cells and created our dire wolves. You take an egg cell that is ripe, ready to be fertilized, but not yet fertilized. It's similar to when a woman is going to go through IVF, where you take hormones and it makes a lot of egg cells ripen at the same time, and then you take them and then you fertilize them in addition in a lab. But we're not fertilizing them. Instead, we're taking those ripe egg cells and we're taking out the genetic material that would have come from mom, and we're putting in a whole cell that has mom's and dad's genetic material. That's our edited cell, right?
Then the hand raising was really great. We sort of looked at what we do with gray wolves. We beefed up the caloric values of the formula, and we began putting them onto a puppy milk replacer or formula. And then quickly, by 8 weeks, they were weaning and being fed whole solid foods. So they're getting everything from ground meats like beef and deer and horse meats all the way to now they're actually experiencing whole prey. So they get to sort of chew on meat and bones and all of that. And then, as they develop, they start showing you hunting instincts and stalking instincts. What they'll probably never learn is, right, what is the finishing move of how you kill a giant elk or a big deer, something like that. Those are sort of those finely tuned social learning opportunities that these guys won't have.
While most experts have hailed Colossal's efforts, some critics have raised concerns.
To de-extinct something would be to bring that evolutionary lineage back into existence, and that would cause a gap where that species there's a gap when it isn't, and now that species exists again. What they've done is use genetic engineering to make a gray wolf superficially resemble a dire wolf, or at least what we think dire wolves might have looked like, because we're not really sure what that is either.
It's not surprising for any scientific wonder to ignite public interest, as well as raise suspicion regarding ethics of producing ancient animals, just for the sake of experimentation. But even after this milestone, Colossal is still devoting energy to resurrect more extinct species. The company has previously announced projects to genetically alter cells from living species to create animals resembling extinct woolly mammoths, dodos, and others.
One of the biggest dangers to our country are negative influencers, dirty influencers. These are people who are there on digital mediums only to get numbers, and what they do has had a very negative effect on our society. We all know about it. But together, you and I can change that. Republic is starting an influencer incubator program where you can be part of creating some world-class content that is nation first, that helps our country, that creates awareness. And you can work with me here on this campus as part of the first phase of the Republic Influencer Incubator program, which is the Positive Influencers program. The Positive Influencers program, which is going to be run from the Republic Media Campus, which is the largest newsroom in Asia, aims to bring together a diverse set of people from across the country. You can work from where you are, you can work with me here on this campus to create content on anything which you feel, if it proliferates, if it spreads, will have a positive impact on our people. It could be in the area of health, technology, defense, awareness, current affairs, politics, or even history, science and technology. I know there are a lot of you out there who have the talent, and all that you want is the reach. And Republic is doing this to give your content the reach. Together, all of us can come together and create a content revolution in our country. The digital medium, the growth of digital in our country is one of the most fascinating things, but you can use it in a positive way for the country, or you can use it in a negative way for our country. There are too many people who are using the digital medium to make a quick buck. But together, all of us, if we become one unit that's working in national interest, that believes in nation first, then through the Positive Influencer program, we can change the way the digital medium works in our country. So come, I welcome you to work with me here on the Republic campus as part of the Positive Influencer program. Here on the Republic Media campus, you will have access to great infrastructure, a warm and welcoming professional environment, and of course, the best production values. Now, if you have the content and you feel it needs the finish, it needs to be worked on, or that you would benefit from working in an environment where there are many other content creators like you, then you can be here. You can work with me here in the Republic newsroom. You can work from home. You can make it 50-50. You can make it work the way you want. As long as you believe that the content you create, and we believe that the content you create, will make our nation number one, will be one solid contribution towards the Viksit Bharat, then you can be part of this wonderful program. The initiative I announced in the presence of the Prime Minister at the Republic Summit, which is the Republic Positive Influencer Program. So come, work with me, work with us. Let's make a difference for our country.